This one's for the children of the world. I'd like to greatly thank the people of China for a friendly, safe, informative, and wonderful journey. Thank you. Although I may have gone to China to face fears, it kept coming back to one thing. The children. The children. Children the world over. So this work is for our shared tomorrow.
Ami. Amanima lampu. Mu. Bachon. Mai paton. Mehoyaning. Mehoyaning.
And welcome. This exploration is about one thing, the vital relationship of China and the United States, the West. Our two countries are phenomenal powers. Together, we can forge wonderful progress for all humanity. We can inspire even greater accomplishments than we already have. Today, the slightest misunderstandings can lead us to untold destruction and hardship. It's all preventable. It will take our individual courage, but as a team, we will save the earth from what appears now as insurmountable challenges. Vast military spending, pollution, population, a healthy environment, sharing resources, disease, livable wage jobs, corruption, and justice. To me, this also dismantles the ideologies fueling terrorism. I'd like to support our uplifting the world. That's the ultimate Olympics. I mention my critique and concerns of China not for blame, for we all have our own failings and deficits, but because I believe that by openness, we further our understanding and encourage the unfoldment of solutions, of exciting solutions. That's my and many Chinese vision for a better world and our relationship. Thank you for listening to this one and necessary limited attempt at mutual trust. As we fly over the North Pole, it's so profound for me that we're flying over the North Pole and you can't see anything but there's white clouds down there. So it's my birthday, April 25th, flying over the North Pole. That's cool. Well, the axis upon which we revolve, the axis of good. Why fear any people or any nation more than others, but it's definitely a nation on the rise, quickly on the rise. And for what I'm reading, without regard to environmental concern with their huge growth and putting a lot of focus in building a huge military, that really does concern me. All humanity has got devastating history, and all humanity is capable of tremendous inhumanity, and all people are capable.
They are fears, so I wanted to face them. I want to look at them, and I don't want to have fear. I had these concerns about China for a long time, and they've been building. It's hard to talk about them in these places of beauty, but I'm trying to talk about them in these places of beauty because they're clarifying. So what are the fears? The history is horrible. The amount of people who have died from these towns, all these towns. The Cultural Revolution is just people who had education or people who were, in the old ways, quote unquote, had to be purified, had to go into the nobleness of peasantry, and a lot of mistakes were made.
Well over 70 million people have been killed, starved to death or killed. Not during wartime, not because of a war, not because of Japan or Russia or war with India on the border, but internally. People killing their own because of their political beliefs, social ideals. Over 70 million people in my lifetime killed. That's by whom.
The war worried I get, especially with the president that we have made by invading Iraq and breaking international law. And I know that China is building their military quite quickly. My fear is that things can happen again if we don't talk about them, recognize them, acknowledge them, and then, yes, we can move forward. We can move on. Is it possible that the Chinese government are doing their best to have history not repeated? I don't think anyone really wants to repeat the horrors, but I think there is fear that if we don't have control, I think it's a natural human instinct. The only way I know is for us to raise consciousness and through education, and to be able to build a society where it's safe, to know that yes, we all do make mistakes, and we don't have to concentrate on the past, that we're all in this together, and to try to, through example, build fairness, build openness, and for me to be as open as I can, for us to be as open as we can. That's, in a way, why I make this journey. Meet people, talk about things, embrace them, encourage people forward, encourage good humanity, good government. Good government is about doing something fair. I know life is never fair all the time, and I know there's injustice happening, but it's kind of day by day moving in that direction and encouraging others to move in that direction.
On my last night in China, I visited the carefully monitored and closed-at-night Tiananmen Square. China has taken on the great responsibility of hosting one of the world's greatest events. It is a precious moment for us all to not placate China or revel in superiority as to who wins the most gold. Rather, for all of us to help each other celebrate, recognize, and affirm what universal principles are important. What human goals do we wish to achieve for the world's team?
Tiananmen Square. Across the road.
Heaven knows we need the best team ever.
The Olympics.
This I did not know. For all these decades, even during the revolution when we were enemies, the way to write America, if they or you were to address a letter to here or write an article, is with two characters. Together they make up the symbol for the United States. Country and beautiful. Beautiful country. That says so much. Imagine if we just wrote beautiful country instead of the word China. For over a month, this is the overland route covered. No airplanes or tour groups. Hong Kong to Suchen, Guangzhou, Yangshuo, Guilin, Shaoxing, Kaili, up and over to the Great Buddha in Leishan, entering Tibetan areas Chengdu, Kanding, Tagong, Ganzi, Yushu, Xining area, the Longman Caves via Xi'an and Luoyang up to Beijing. Starting out on a ferry, the journey was all overland, mostly buses, more than 15 of them.
6:15 in the morning, and there's our bus. Pretty busy. All the buses lined up.
Various three-wheeled vehicles. One of my favorites.
We got a little short trailer. All right.
Two wheels. And to be able to cross a river in beautiful, unexpected ways. And a river to take you to the next city.